Yeah, what is going on, guys? So, I thought I'd go over quickly how I made my upcoming release, Faith is the Ground, because it comes from an AI, and I've done the instrumental on AI. So let me just walk you through that. Let me just open up the stuff. So the song is called Faith is the Ground. Um, yeah, and it's pretty simple. Uh, basically, what I did in the beginning was, I think I just had it's like I created from Sweet Perfume. So I took the another song, Sweet Perfume, but I kept the lyrics very simple and it made a whole new song, right? And with the same sort of beat and vibe. And some sort of same sort of cream vibe. And I then took that instrumental, extracted all the stems, and basically recreated the cream style vibe from the AI, so that it actually teaches me how to produce like cream, the AI version, right? If that makes sense. Where the wildflowers grow. Okay, let me just. That's already the real vocal, so I already have like the first draft of that singer that I hired for to cover the AI vocals, because the AI vocals you can hear it's like a little bit up. There are a little bit of artifacts, so I needed to hire a new vocalist for that then. But yeah, I always need to make sure that stuff is off. Yeah, what should I talk about? Like, I think there are many important elements to this track. I think most importantly arrangement, first of all, because like if I would just correctly highlight everything, that's like the break. Then we have, yeah, that's the sort of the yeah, that's the build up, I guess. And then we have the drop again. Yeah. Yeah, so I just like sort of reproduce the drums in AI, like the way that I thought would sound good. So these are the AI drums, and then I just put my own twist on it with my own sort of samples, and it's just really important that I do that with real samples, because the quality is just way better, as you can hear, right? And then this is just like, yeah, it's just not good. Like the EQ is off, everything, like not good. Yeah, so I don't know what I should say about this. This is just like, I just pick stuff that sounds as close as possible. Like if you listen to it on its own, it's not really. It's like low end, bro. Like it doesn't really sound that perfect on its own, but like I just go with what AI is doing too, and I look at sound profiles, not at sounds on their own. It's the same thing when I layer sounds. For example, here in the effects section, there are sounds where I'm like, if I would listen to them individually, I would say they don't. It doesn't make sense to place them there or to drag them into the project file right now. But the only thing I'm doing is I have everything on play and I play the track, and then it works, right? And then I just, if this doesn't work, I go in here and I search for other effects and replace it, try it out. That's the only process you need to have. And sometimes also when I have this track, for example, that comes from AI too, where you can hear like the sweep in and the sweep out, sort of as a sweep intro. I try to remake this stuff, but I also don't put so much pressure on myself to have it one to one. Firstly, because of the quality difference, anyways, that's masking the audio, so you can't even hear what's actually going on. It just gives you a rough sketch of what to do. And I think that's the best way to go about it, because like you don't need to have it in your mind. You already have it in there, and you just need to reproduce it. It's like you don't even need to use your own imagination or your own brain in order to. You just have to remake the sound. I think it's a lot of fun, to be honest. Because I think with Suno there's a thing called, yeah, it's just cool, because it's like, you know, when you draw pictures in the kindergarten, like you sometimes give children these things where you have a rough sketch, and then the children just have to pick the colors they like and then fill out the shapes. I think that's the same thing here, and it's just a lot more fun, right? Like, instead of having the children draw the shapes by themselves, which can be quite a hassle and takes a lot of skill, you take away that stuff and take you already give them forms of nature and give them just a color palette to draw their taste on it, I think. And that is cool, you know? And sort of in this scenario, the sample library just acts now as a color palette in that analogy, if that makes sense. I think it's a lot of fun. Yeah, obviously we have pianos as well. I think that's also quite interesting how I layer these, because I always have two layers like this one with a lot of reverb on them and all that. Then more like a, don't know what that's, it's like a Rhodes piano or whatever. I think that's nice, right? That's really nice. And that's like, yeah, it's actually three different ones. It's like one serum patch. Like, I can't show it right now, but it's really cool. Oh, yeah, this one. It's really cool. Then just normal piano. And then also FL keys. Yeah. So it's really cool, I guess. And also on the piano roll itself, I always try to make it sound unnatural with like these slight differences in timing and all that. It's like gives it more like a real feeling. It still sounds very like EDM-y and stale in a sense, and flat, not really real. I'm even thinking about hiring a real pianist for these two sections, because it just would give it more texture, and I think it would be, you could even layer the real pianist then, the real recording with that if you wanted to, or compress the real recording to get close to what we have now. There's a lot of options here, so yeah. And the bass is also very very interesting, because it's like the typical Cream sound from like 2020 or whatever, when they, or 2019, really old songs, or even these old hits, summer hits, the house hits, Joel Corey or whatever. It's like just like this plucky sound, and I have a lot of layers even. Just the first one is like this plucky bass, I guess. Vodka. This is actually separately mixed. It's like a top bass, as you can see. Filtered out the lows. Then the second one is, this one is just like sort of a plug too, deep house plug. Just presets that I use all the time. And I think on this one it's also a top bass, as you can see. We filtered out the stuff here. We have got some processing as well, and then we got some more layers for that. same thing. Yes, it's sort of the plug layer. This is more of like the sub bass, I guess. It's like also like this Russian hard bass sound. This is also very important because it's like straight up sine waves. You know, I looked up the tutorial on YouTube, like Joel Corey bass or whatever. Then this is the main sound pretty much, right? And the other sounds complement that too. And yeah, it's like, yeah, I think I just remade it from this one here. But I didn't like the pattern initially. I liked the sound, that's why I remade the sort of sound too. But obviously with my own twist on it, because that's also not the perfect template here. But I changed the pattern. Like you noticed this pattern here, the AI pattern, it went up first in the melody. And it didn't really work out with real plugins then, and it just didn't sound that good. And I made my own thing around it. So yeah. Or was it this one? No. I think it's the right one, I guess. Yeah, it should be the right one. But yeah, that's how it turned out then. And I think I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, it's just really cool. That's what I can say about this. And always what I do with drums, I always, as you can see right here. Yeah, I always have like, oh yeah, that's also really cool because as you can hear also, the hi-hats are really very centered, and that's also something that I took from the AI. It's like they spread this signal, and it creates this nice signal, this nice effect of having the drums slightly spread out, so that the hi-hat, like specifically the hi-hat, is perceived that harsh, because in reality this is not an EQ, it's just spreading a signal. But what it does is it sounds like it's not that harsh anymore. It's the same frequency basically, but different timings obviously with this system here, but it just sounds less like in your face, right? It's like really interesting how it does this, because it's just the only thing it does is spread, but if you listen to the hi-hat, it makes it so much smoother. I think this is a really good tip to apply to future tracks, because even the tiniest bit of this spread, you know, the default setting is 50%. I just tweaked it like 7.5%, and it already like makes it so much more enjoyable to listen to. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, this is just a good trick, I think, that I used here, because I think where are the AI drums actually? Yeah, the AI drum. Yeah, I just listen to my drums and to the AI drums, and I just come up with a solution. And this was the best solution, right? To put a spread on, and you can see it's a very simple solution too. Like, it's one plugin changes everything. Like, that's just like really really cool. And yeah, that's it, I think. On that one, that's like you can see it's like sort of an extra stem, other it's called, for the AI. What's this one? Synth. Oh wow, that's also cool. No, we don't need that pretty much. It's also nice, like a pad coming in. It sounds like the PS4 startup sound a little bit. That's so nice. Yeah, we could also try to recreate that a little bit to have it coming in as a pad, but I just use these like sort of effects here. Oh, 1 second, they're muted right now. Yeah, But I don't think they come close to this one here. They sound more like this PS4 startup sound. I'm pretty sure you could look this up too on YouTube and be like remaking it, because I think they would add to the song pretty much, because they add some transitional value in it. Yeah, they would add some value to this track, I would say. But yeah, that's it, I think. And I have also effects right here. Boom, boom. Risers everywhere. Just like everything. Yeah, it's like really cool. It's a lot of fun to do this with AI. It's just so much fun. I just recreate stuff here, right? Just cool.